constituents want everyone to compromise. They want both sides to move. Our side of this equation passed a budget without a tax increase that provided more money for education. We tried to override the governor's veto of that legislation. We tried to provide emergency funding, which he has now vetoed. He's placed human services folks in critical condition. So what the governor has done is come up with a new proposal. It's still several $billion in taxes, and we're going to see if the majority of the House wants to pass that latest tax proposal. He has not moved much in this negotiation. This represents a small movement, but I don't know if there are going to be enough votes in the House to support his tax proposal. If you don't have the money in revenue, you can't spend it. We have a balanced budget requirement, unlike the federal government. So this is key to understanding what money we're going to have to spend for education and other important criteria. This vote has to take place first before we can get to the spend side. And so we'll see next week whether this measure comes forward. It's really important that we get funding to our schools, to our nonprofits. Some of them have to go and try and borrow money. No nonprofit can borrow money. It's just not available to them. So, and some schools are actually indicating that they may close in the next few weeks. That would be a crisis. The vote counting, who supports what, usually takes place a long time ago, like in May at the latest. The governor's been told that there aren't the votes in either chamber to support his entire tax proposal. We demonstrated that. We put up a vote. There was not one single vote. Now we're going to have a slightly lesser tax increase, but still substantial. And I believe it'll fail, but we'll try. And, I talked to the leader. He's trying to see what members will vote for and won't vote for by way of tax increases. And for me, the broad-based taxes, the ones that impact every Pennsylvanian, are the ones that are the most onerous. Remember, the original proposal had a sales tax on college dorm rooms. And when you tell people that, they said, that's impossible. Who would do that? Well, that's exactly the point. Sometimes you got to stand tall and say no when something doesn't make sense. And until it makes no sense, I'm going to say no. When it starts making sense, I'm going to say yes.